I am Mariatu Sidibe and this is QTV News coming to you live from our studios on Kairaba Avenue. Thanks for joining us. Here are the main headlines. A fatal accident at noon on Thursday on the Nyakoi-Kerewan Road claimed 3 lives. President Adama Barrow on Friday presided over the inauguration of the Oku Marabu Jamaat Mosque Masjidul Rahman at Allen Street in Banjul. Following the Finance Minister's introduction of the 2022 Appropriation Bill on Thursday, National Assembly members are debating the contents of the legislation with a focus on the financial and economic state of the Gambia. The Gambia Association of Teachers of English, in collaboration with Mosque, on Thursday held an award ceremony for students that participated in an English competition held in Kolda, Senegal. Those were our main headlines. Now the news in detail. A fatal accident at noon on Thursday at Nyakoi-Kerewan Road claimed 3 lives. Our reporter Alhaji A.F. Jallo was at the scene soon after and he sent in this flash report.
What is believed to be an 18-passenger vehicle carrying Mauritanians believed to be heading to Mauritania via Farafenni is believed to have crashed into a tractor that was heading to Basse. The incident happened at a bend in the road leading to Nyakoi-Taibatu village. In addition to the 3 deaths, there were 5 serious injuries at the time of compiling the report. We spoke to an eyewitness who got there soon after the crash happened. He said when they arrived at the scene, most of the victims were in critical condition. He says they helped evacuate the victims from the vehicle but realized the driver had been killed on impact. 2 passengers were confirmed dead at Basse District Hospital. The tractor driver said when he saw the vehicle coming from distance at top speed, he decided to leave the road and jump off the tractor along with his apprentice. He said the driver lost control of the vehicle towards the sharp bend in the curve. The officer in charge at Basse District Hospital confirmed 3 deaths, with the 5 seriously injured passengers referred to Bansang Hospital. The others injured in the incidents are receiving their treatment at the Basse District Hospital. Among the injured receiving hospital treatment are 2 babies who are recovering at the hospital in Basse. For QTV News, I am Alhaji F. Jallo.
President Adama Barrow on Friday presided over the inauguration of the Oku Marabu Jamaat Mosque Masjidul Rahman at Allen Street in Banjul. Omar P. Jallo witnessed the opening and this is his report.
It was a moment of joy as the Oku Marabu community in the Gambia, especially residents of Allen Street in Banjul, under the leadership of Imam Al-Haji Muhammad Salim Savage, were blessed with a new mosque, fully funded by their community. At the inauguration, President Barrow, speaking Aku, advised the gathering to live together in peace and harmony, saying that the Prophet, peace be upon him, had preached that a true believer should wish his neighbor or relative the best of what he wished for himself or herself, adding that development is only possible when there is peace.
Advise everybody, make we all try to maintain peace.
He say in the advice everybody, make we try for maintain peace.
Because we are brothers and sisters.
He say we are brothers and sisters them.
Now we no more able maintain peace in this country.
He say now we no more we will maintain peace in this country.
And if you get peace in the country, we will get development.
He say if we get peace in the country, we must get development.
And that development, na the support of all the Jama.
He say and that development, na the support of all the Jama them.
So we call on everybody.
He say they call all man.
Come support me.
He say make them can support we.
So that we work in the interest of this country.
He say so that we go work under the interest of this country.
This project where we don't do in Banjul.
He said this project where we make for winner Banjul so.
If the Banjul are not being support the project.
He said if the Banjul are not being support the project.
We not go implement, we not go able to implement the project.
He said you not go successful like so today.
If you not get peace in this country.
If you not get peace in this country,
we not go able to develop this country.
We not go able to develop this country.
Even the way you transform this mosque.
He said the way you transform this mosque.
I must congratulate una.
Delivering the inaugural sermon, The Imam Ratib of Banjul Alhaji Cherno Ali Mosque reminded Muslims that erecting a mosque is one thing, but another significant expectation of the Muslim is to worship and perform the 5 daily prayers in the house of God as preached by Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. Imam Alhaji Muhammad Salim Savage, the Imam of the mosque, thanked the Oku Marabu community in the Gambia for their contribution towards the development of Islam, adding that the new mosque will greatly help worshippers observe their 5 daily prayers without having to work far to do so. He called for unity, understanding and stability in the country.
This Maslasi, as we see from 1938, now we grandpapa then start. Then be the praying at in Kundayanda. Then Juma then go Independent Drive Mosque. Lewis Savise na the oldest Jakadis, Zawiya na Banjul. One of the oldest. Babu Sambad and Jaka with this one. Now the only small mosque than this will be in the Banjul.
The event was also attended by the Ministers of Religious Affairs and Defense, Musa Drame and Setijan Fai respectively, and other dignitaries. The Oku Marabu Jamaat Mosque, Masjidul Rahman, at Allen Street in Banjul was established in 1938 to host the Oku Marabu Muslim community as their center of worship and other religious function. The foundation of the mosque started with wood and clay, locally known in colonial days as Krintin, and was rebuilt during 3 different periods. Reporting for QTV News, I am Omar Pijal.
Following the Finance Minister's introduction of the 2022 Appropriation Bill on Thursday, National Assembly members exercising their oversight function are debating the contents of the legislation with a focus on the financial and economic state of the Gambia. Mohamed Lamin has more.
The legislature has begun scrutinizing the 2022 Appropriation Bill, debating the financial and economic state of our country and the general principles of government policy and administration as indicated in the proposed legislation. Featuring prominently in this debate is the need for the diversification and expansion of our economic's productive base to generate more revenue for the funds to address our needs for sustainable national development.
I've already mentioned this before, that we are relying on taxation, the grants and the loans, to be able to sustain services in the country. But the taxation has a limit. If the productive base is not growing to commensurate the level of taxation at a given stage, you will have economic contraction because you will be taxing people and incapacitating the productive base from continuing to produce, to pay the taxes that are needed.
Nominated National Assembly member Ndeyasin Seka calls for more commitment to address taxpayers' needs and assign budget allocations to ministries according to their needs and requests for the effective running of state services.
If a certain minister tells you that he needs 3 million and you give him 700,000, what is he or she going to do with that? I think we should try by all means to make sure that what our ministers need is what should be provided for them. And united we stand, divided we fall. Together we can make it. And we should try by all means to be as realistic as possible. All of us, including myself.
Tourism is one of the major contributors to Gambia's economy, accounting for 20.8% of GDP in 2019 before the pandemic hit. Though the 2022 budget indicates infrastructure projects in this sector, including rehabilitation of heritage sites, the National Assembly member for Upper Nyomi District believes there are others deserving government's intervention.
If Kunda Kinde Island is getting eroded by the river day in, day out, this particular ministry doesn't factor anything in the budget to reclaim the island. The island is endangered. And we have 2 islands in Upper Nyomi. We have Dog Island, we have Kunda Kinde Island. This island needs to be preserved. They need to be protected. And those are the things we are using at the international market to attract tourists into this country.
The 2022 budget, which has a significantly low deficit of $2.2 billion compared to this year's, which is close to $6 billion, has been commended for responding to demands of the legislature and the needs of Gambians. Sekuba Jaju, the National Assembly member for Busumbala, is one of the names to express satisfaction with the 2022 budget and makes a recommendation to the Finance Ministry to initiate budget consultations at the grassroots for a people's needs-centered budget. The cost of higher education is also of concern for some of the National Assembly members.
There are some people somewhere who have the intention to go to the university, but the tuition fee at the university is too expensive. Madam Speaker, I want the government to look into that. If government is going to try to subvent, if subvention is the problem, let them subvent enoughly so that the tuition fee at the university could be easy for Gambians to go to the university and the college.
The debate on the appropriation bill continues, and when completed, the minister will respond to questions and concerns from the NAMS, after which there will be a vote for the bill to pass its second reading. Mohamed Lamin Choy, QTV News.
We will now go for a commercial break. When we return, we will have some more local news stories.
With such exceptional prices, impossible to miss the Butty Days. It's the unmissable appointment of Buttyman from the 30th of October to the 13th of November. Take advantage of exceptional discounts up to 50% off on several product family. The best quality, price ratio for the best of construction. It's at Buttyman, so don't wait anymore. Let's hit the road for the Butty Days. Buttyman, everything for construction, from foundation to finishing.
Sign Language Interpretation Service is proudly supported by the UNDP Accelerator Lab.
Welcome back. The Gambia Association of Teachers of English GATE, in collaboration with Mosque, on Thursday held an award ceremony for student participants that won 2 out of 4 segments in an English competition held in Kolda, Senegal. More in this report by Ajibintu Drame.
The theme for the event was English clubs as a springboard in meeting the Sustainable Development Goal 4. This goal relates to quality education and lifelong learning opportunities for all. GATE is the longest existing subject association in the Gambia and has been in existence since the late 1970s. However, the association gained momentum in 2009 with the aim to help teachers and students master the English language through reading, acquiring good grammar and pronunciation by introducing Jolly Phoenix in school curriculums. This is the first time the Gambia has participated in the competition, which include Mali, 14 regions of Senegal and Guinea-Bissau. Omar Jiendur, the chairperson of the association, thanked parents, teachers and the participants for their immense effort in showcasing outstanding performance, having had barely a month's notice to the competition.
We are not tapping the talents we have in the schools. We must find an avenue of bringing out these talents. And one way we can do it is by establishing English language clubs in the schools. And we would encourage, particularly those principals who are here, we would want to use you as the pivots to make sure that we start these English language clubs so that other schools also can have it. That's a way of helping children to come out and express their talents.
Rohi A. Silla, head coach and team leader, Team Gambia, says the English language is important to achieve Sustainable Development Goal 4. She congratulates the participants for their stellar performances.
Bearing in mind that the other two aspects of the competition were won by Francophone nation, that was the creative writing and the spelling bee. As English learners, why can't we spell well? Why can't we be able to write better than a Senegalese or a Malian and a Guinea-Bissawian? But then there we are. Like somebody mentioned earlier on, we need to work very hard to make sure that we achieve those skills and talents.
Sukai Sanyang, the principal of Charles Jau Senior Secondary School, had this to say.
I assure you that from now on, we'll be working towards having this English club. And I'm sure all the principals will embrace that.
Naomi Williams, the Deputy Permanent Secretary at MOPSI, says she is pleased with the talents of these students, adding that she wishes to see students participate in such competition and emerge victorious.
And if competitions are organized nationally, this will bring on board and encourage other schools to participate, especially from the upper regions, as this is one way of adding value to your work in the classroom. The ministry recognizes the association as a viable partner in the quest for quality education, and it is therefore committed to supporting you in any way at all times.
Performances including poems, podcasts and talent show were showcased at the event. At the climax of the event, the student participants were presented with certificates and gift bags. Ajipintu Drame, QTV News.
The American International University, West Africa, AUA, on Monday hosted the 28th International Science, Technology, Education, Arts, Management, and Social Sciences Multidisciplinary Conference at the university campus in Kanifing. Yahya Jawa tells us more.
The International Multidisciplinary and Intertertiary Collaborative Conference provides a forum to cluster participants with subject focus under one platform with a view to provide insights on their research focus to a broader audience. This will also enable them to receive more rational feedback that will assist to strengthen applied knowledge to apply in solving a variety of global challenges using evidence-based research. This is the first time the university has hosted the conference in the Gambia, and this year's theme is Beyond the Sparks, adopting multidisciplinary research to address human capital and development challenges in Africa. Dr. Wahid Olani Pekun, the conference grounds chair, said the conference is centered on building research-driven mechanisms, hoping to address some of the challenges in the health and other public sectors, and highlighted the importance of the event.
Conference of this nature is addressing the research trusts, which emphasizes what universities are established for. As universities, we are expected to conduct research that would provide solutions, identified solutions to problems in the society.
During his welcome remarks, the Vice Chancellor said, being a cornerstone to the development and standardization for university systems worldwide, carrying out results-oriented research for the immediate and long-term benefits of humanity is important. Thus, conducting research is one of the cornerstones of what Iowa emphasizes. He added that hosting the International Multidisciplinary Conference is a milestone for the development and institutionalization of the American International University, West Africa.
As a university, research is one of the cornerstones of what we emphasize on. Our research advocacy is geared towards creating platforms for the initiation and enhancement of research that proffer tailor-made, innovative solutions in challenging problems facing industries in different specializations in Africa and the world at large.
Professor Olumide Baba Tope Longe, the Dean of the Faculty of Computational Science and Informatics at Academic City University College in Accra, Ghana, delivered a lecture on overcoming cognitive distortions as a means of promoting multidisciplinary research for sustainable development in Africa. He said cognitive distortions are normal and that everyone has in one way or the other experienced cognitive distortions. However, he said when distortion thinking becomes more frequent and excessive than not, it can contribute to anxiety, depression, and relationship issues. He observed that once people start to recognize their own cognitive distortions, they can begin to challenge and transcend them without much hindrance. Professor Longe also said people must stand to complement each other's work and efforts instead of competing and building hatred and enmity amongst themselves. This, he said, is the importance of building and maintaining relationships. According to the Vice-Chancellor, Iowa's research policy pays particular attention to research efforts that cut across several academic disciplines with the ultimate objective of addressing local or communal problems and creating a viable environment for social and economic development of society. Reporting for QTV News, I am Yahya Jao.
20 influential people in the media and arts industry were brought together on Thursday by Beka Nyang in partnership with the Gambia Press Union to discuss hate speech and its negative effects on our society. More in this report by Ansumana Isonyase.
This engagement with influential personalities forms part of a series of activities funded by the UNDP to discourage hate speech and sharing of expressions that could spark violence, especially during an election period. Each of these guests, musicians, journalists, and comedians, are role models for many and have huge followings on various social media platforms. Hence the significance of their presence at this event. Mfamara Jaune, the executive director of Beka Nyang, thanked UNDP and the GPU for collaborating with them and implored the invited guests to use their platforms to speak against hate speech.
Whether you are an artist, whether you are a media chief, whether you are a lecturer at the university, whether you are a reporter, to us, you are so important that because of the platforms that you have, because of the opportunities that you have, and the wide followership that you have, we thought it's important that we engage you on this very important subject, that is hate speech and peaceful elections in this country.
Sekou Jame, a member of the GPU and UTG Students' Union research team on the prevalence of hate speech in the Gambia, called on the public to speak against the menace, especially on social media.
There are certain values that we share. There are certain human values that we share. And one of those fundamental values, really, is not to preach hate against another person.
QTV's Jennifer Sonko and popular musician Barhama Cham were among the 20 national influencers who participated in the event.
The media plays a critical role when it comes to the maintenance of peace during and after elections. In certain countries, the media has fueled certain issues that happen there that bring about instability.
The influencers have a greater task. For example, we have been known by thousands of people. If we record a song and send it out there, within a second or within minutes, thousands of people will get those messages. So it's always good for us to think about what exactly do we want to send out there.
Amongst others, the event was also attended by the chairman of Tango, John Charles Njai, Oboy and Gambian Child, and comedians Famous Antida Job, and CEOs of other media companies in the Gambia.
Let us try and share the love rather than sharing problems on the what.
Answani Sonyasi for KTV News.
Before we end, here's a recap of the main headlines. A fatal accident at noon on Thursday at Nyakoi Kerawan Road claimed 3 lives. President Adama Barrow on Friday presided over the inauguration of the Oku Marabu Jamaat Mosque Masjidul Rahman at Allen Street in Banjul. Following the Finance Ministry introduction of the 2022 Appropriation Bill on Thursday, National Assembly members are debating the contents of the legislation with a focus on the financial and economic state of the Gambia. The Gambia Association of Teachers of English, in collaboration with MOPSI, on Thursday held an award ceremony for students that participated in an English competition held in Kolda, Senegal. That's all we have for you in this bulletin. Thank you for watching and have a nice weekend.